Hello everyone and welcome to Divine Debut. Thank you for being here. This is Kathy speaking. Okay, the 11th of May 2021 is the date today, as you could see on your screens. I hope that you're all doing well on this new moon in Taurus. Thank you so much for your support, your love, in liking, sharing and subscribing to Divine Debut and supporting Divine Debut through all these acts of love. Now, a lot of you know that Divine Debut is already on Patreon, where you can get so much, you can learn so much. A lot of you know that there's a lot of astrology there. There's extended readings that you get for a small price. I also offer those on my website, divinedebut.com. Okay, where you can purchase one extended reading for the same price that you would subscribe or support Patreon, become a Patreon on Divine Debut for the same price of purchasing one extended reading of my website. So that's why I keep saying it over and over again. You get your money's worth on Patreon. It's worth being there. But anyway, of course, you know, you can start or you can stop being a patron whenever you wish. And there's so much more that's offered there. Free readings. We do 3 free readings every month. We choose randomly 3 lucky winners that get a free tarot reading by me. So it is worth your while. Maybe you could consider it. All the links will be in the description box below. Thank you again, and this is the way that I show my appreciation and love to you, by giving you so much more for so much less out of your pocket. All right. Thank you all, especially for the private readings, for your trust. All those people that are very patient and waiting on their private and personal readings. Again, thank you to all of you for letting me read for you. Okay, what's going on today? And this is going to be a bit of a talk, but also the astrology, as I haven't done an astro update for a little while because of Easter, and it's just been really busy times, as a lot of you know, even though we've been dealing with Taurus energies. And happy birthday, if it is your birthday today, on this new moon. Wow, what a lucky day to have your birthday, everyone. Make sure to send out your wishes. Everyone needs to send out their wishes to Spirit. Ask for what it is exactly that you desire to manifest. And in 6 months, logically, as we'll be having a full moon in the sign of Taurus, which will be in the time of Scorpio, you should be receiving your wish fulfillment, whatever you've asked for. Now, remember, what is Taurus? Taurus is anything that is beautiful. It's ruled by Venus. Venus is money, it's love, it's anything that is of value, anything that makes you feel good. Taurus is earth, it is Mother Gaia, and so it's got to do with food, development, so buildings, you know, building on something if it isn't an actual building that you're, you know, doing. So an actual building a home or building a business, even if it's not practical, you're still building on something. Taurus is very slow, very strategic, very much of security. It's money, it's what you own, all the properties that you own, your home, your business, everything comes under Taurus. Now, Taurus is fixed, so they can be a little bit on the, if there's no value, I'm not going to move towards it. So as well as that, it's because out of all the earth signs, Taurus is the most, the slowest, I should say, because it's fixed. It's fixed earth. So if there's no value, if there's, you know, nothing beautiful to gain, then Taurus will not invest in something. Remember that the house of Taurus and opposite, which is Scorpio, these are the money houses. Okay, Taurus is what you have and Scorpio is what you receive from other sources externally to you. Could be from a bank, could be a loan, it could be from a partner, could be from any other source. So having a new moon in the sign of Taurus is very positive because, of course, it's a money house. Whatever you invest in now, even though it can be a little bit shaky because Uranus is here, which can bring stress, but it's new ways of doing things, new currencies. As we all know, the currencies are changing. People are investing in new ways. Money's being dealt with in new ways. So it's a little bit shaky. But today being a new moon could be a very positive time for even currencies. Those of you that have got investments with, new age investments, Bitcoin, and, you've invested your money in some sort of area, you could have good news today, as this is an open portal, and I feel that it's a very lucky time. Today's reading is 11:11 because it is an open portal, and 11 is everywhere. Even on the chart, I actually opened up to see the planetary motion and placements today in the morning, and 11 was everywhere. So that's why I feel that the messages have come through, that today is a very special day. I don't know what's going to happen for each of you in your own personal lives, but even if you look at Mars here in Cancer, it's at the 11th degree, 1054, right? 11. Here we've got Mercury in Gemini, which is very powerful, at 11. We've got Uranus at 11. Chiron is at 11. 11 is everywhere today. So I do feel this is a very important day. Don't forget to make your wishes as soon as you can see that new moon glyph up in the sky. Some of you may want to send your wishes out today, or when you can actually view the new moon in the sky, it's even better. So now the energies are shifting. Okay, they're shifting. As you can see, Mercury has moved into its home sign of Gemini. A lot of electronics are starting to play up. My washing machine broke down the other day. There's things that are happening already with the internet. It's playing up. We get so many moments where the internet is not working. That's what Mercury retrograde is all about, and Mercury's about to retrograde. I will be doing a separate video on that. But it's covering now the degrees. It's covering the degrees where it will retrograde. So it's getting closer to the time of retrograde, which will be at the end of May, so 29th of May until the 22nd of June. Do not sign anything from at least the 20th of May onwards. I would even suggest, even now, just take care when you're signing contracts. Take care with communication. There can be confusion. Remember that Neptune is here at the 22nd degree of Pisces. So this new moon happening at the 21st degree. It's actually at 2118, so it touches on the 21st and 22nd degree. It's in sextile to Neptune. Now, sextile is 60 degrees, it's helpful, but Neptune can also be, even though it's spiritual and it's divine, it's the divine, it's godly, but it can also, cloud your judgment. Miscommunication, remember, can be Neptune. Illusion, deception. Is the news true or is it not true? What are we hearing on telly, on TV? Are we being fed truth or lies? That's another question that we have to ask each other. Mercury in Gemini, everyone. Remember that Mercury rules Gemini, and it's going to retrograde in the house of Gemini, and it will be in the house of Gemini for the next couple of months. So that's a very long stay for Mercury. We all know that he is the messenger and that he tends to bring the messages from the gods. So he's doing some very important business in the sign of Gemini, as he's going to be there for 2 months. Remember, now Gemini is very youthful. It's the twins, remember? So remember, it's duality. Remember to look behind the curtain, ask the questions, be curious. That's what Gemini is, and that's why they're ruled by their logic mind, the left brain. If there is no logic, Gemini will look behind the curtain. What is going on here? Right? Duality. And Mercury is also very playful. Gemini is the child. It's fresh energy. It's page energy. A lot of communications will be happening. Remember, with Mercury retrograde, matters of the past will be playing out. Okay, we will be revisiting old matters, old relationships, old business dealings with siblings, neighbors, your environment. That's what the third house is, the third house of Gemini. And remember, this axis here, 3 and 9, this is where the eclipses are happening. And we're just around the corner from the eclipses, as we're having a lunar eclipse in the sign of Sagittarius on the 26th of May. And on the 10th of June, we're having a new moon, a solar eclipse in the sign of Gemini. So new beginnings. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're trying to get to the bottom of. Something to do with the old, the past. Remember Mercury retrograde, and remember when we've got a retrograde planet, it's closer to the Earth, therefore it's more powerful. Now what's interesting is that Venus is also in Gemini, and Venus becomes much more chattery, much more curious, much more playful. She's more cerebral. Okay, so she brings beauty and value to conversation, to communication, to anything that is written, spoken. Okay, so Venus in Gemini, being very close to your environment, getting loved up with your siblings, your uncles, your aunts, or writing. This could also be that you're writing a love story. It's, so on the money to do that right now. The power is there. Okay, so the celestial help is here for that. Now, new moon, as I said, in Taurus, we've got Uranus attached. Even though it's 10 degrees apart, doesn't matter, Uranus is still there, so expect surprises, expect shocks. Remember that Uranus is the tower in the tarot for me, so expect something to be very unexpected, very sudden. Taurus is also the Earth, so I don't know if any tremors could be happening in the world, unexpected tremors, which could be bringing something down, could be a something that is of material, or it could be just something attached or concerning money, right? Anything of value, Taurus. Now, Chiron is also at the 11th degree in Aries. Remember that this is an open wound that we carry from the past. It's in square to Mars. Mars in Cancer, and Cancer is the family. It's the mother, it's our heritage, it's our home, it's how we feel provided for, nurtured for. Now, obviously, with Mars transiting through Cancer, this is behooving the Cancerian people, even though it's hard to move forward because Cancer is a water sign. So this is cardinal water, the sign of Cancer. Opposite is Capricorn, and obviously the cardinal cross. So Aries and Libra, okay, they are being affected by Mars in the sign of Cancer. So it can be a little bit aggravating or challenging, especially for, I would say, Aries, Libra, and even Capricorn. I do feel it's mostly positive for Cancer here, but as I said, it's slow. It can be irritating as well. Okay, so matters of home and all the fourth house matters are being affected by Mars. Now, because we've got a square over to Chiron, okay, the degrees here for Aries, this could be a little bit of a challenge that I want to move forward. Remember that Aries also it's the head, okay, and remember that the ram usually goes head first with its horns, and it just doesn't think. It's fire, it's cardinal fire. So just take care, because this could be rushing into something because we're so irritated that we cannot move forward. And why I'm using the plural tense is because we've all got Cancer and Aries somewhere in our chart, okay? So just take care with that. This is a square. We need to turn a corner where new beginnings, starting something new, which is Aries, and it's associated to our family, to our security. Just take care in turning this corner, right? And I see here that there is a difficult aspect connected to the South Node. Whatever is frustrating and you're not able to move forward with, just take care, because it's something karmic. And remember, we're going to have a lunar eclipse here on the South Node. So it's got to do with your beliefs, anything to do with a distance, other cultures, your philosophies, higher education. And remember that, as I said, Aries is the head. This can be a wound, okay? So just take care, please. So something needs to be tweaked. Yes, we need to shed those old outworn ideas, that situation, to do with travel. Something is being let go of, especially during this eclipse in Sagittarius on the 26th. Something karmic that we're shedding. And it could have to do with our commitments. Juno is the asteroid of commitment. She is in retrograde motion, so therefore she's very powerful. Remember, we're doing the work concerning the old, something to do with the past. Even with Pluto being retrograde here in Capricorn, this is attached to the new moon. So the transformation is happening again. We're going through a death and a rebirth. A death of the old. Remember, Capricorn is something old. It's somewhat restrictive, as there needs to be integrity. Remember, Capricorn, 10th house, can also be dealings with the law, with the governments, with the boss, with leaders. Now, what's really, really important here, and what I see, is Jupiter. Jupiter at the 29th at the anaretic degree. Jupiter is ready to ingress into Pisces, into spiritual Pisces, and Jupiter is very spiritual. Remember, he rules the 9th house of Sagittarius. So Jupiter has been racing through Aquarius. He's had Saturn trying to hold him back, but he's very powerful. He's going to ingress into Pisces, where the energies are going to shift. We're only just a couple of days before this happens. So this is great blessings, especially for Piscean people. Pisces, Virgo, very importantly, but also the mutable cross. So also Sagittarius and Gemini, they will be also, it will be very important for them as well. Now, everyone has the house of Aquarius somewhere in their chart, right? So the blessings, I should say the house of Pisces, because that's where Jupiter will bring us the blessings. We will get a brief couple of months of understanding what does Jupiter in Pisces, which he rules, what does that mean for each of us? We know that Jupiter brings blessings, expansion, growth. This could be a spiritual opening, that portal opening into something that is very much of the divine, something that you've been wishing for. You will get that indication from mid-May until end of July. And then Jupiter will go back into Aquarius, and at the end of the year will return to Pisces. So Pisces, especially you guys, you need to look out for that and see what's coming in for you. What are the blessings? Because I know that you've been through a lot. way too much and you're running on empty where hopes are concerned. I truly know that. So good luck, my dear Piscean people out there. Now, as I said, everyone's got Pisces somewhere in their chart. But yeah, also, because the energies are shifting with Mercury, Venus, now the Sun on the 21st will ingress into Gemini. It will be the birthday of Gemini people. And remember that because the eclipse is just around the corner on the axis Sagittarius, Gemini, we're going to start to see fated events one after the other. We're coming into a very, I feel like it's a 360-degree turn in our own personal, but also in the collective energies. I do feel it's a very positive window of opportunity for many people out there, for most of us. So I'm really looking forward to that. Now, what else is going on? Don't forget that the moon loves being in Taurus, so that's why this new moon is extra positive, even though we can have a few challenges. As looking at the astrology here, even Pluto is in a difficult aspect to Mercury. Remember that Mercury, he's neutral, he's not feminine, he's not masculine, and he's the one who actually visits Pluto. So Hades, he goes down into the dungeon, he retrieves the messages for the human race, for the people. He comes out of the darkness into the light. He brings the messages, whether they're positive or negative. But here, something needs, there's something karmic. This is a karmic connection here. Mercury connecting to Pluto. This is a difficult connection and it's very karmic, everyone. So I think that this is what we're dealing with. We've got Pluto, the government, the father, our work, our career, and it's attached to Mercury. And Mercury, as I said, will be retrograding in this area. So we'll be dealing with these matters. Third house matters connected to 10th house matters. I've already explained what they mean. I don't want to be repeating myself. Now, Mercury moves fast, but remember, Pluto is very powerful. So Gemini connected to Capricorn is in a karmic connection. And I love to see that, of course, with a new moon eclipse, right? A solar eclipse, which will be happening on the 10th of June. Whatever is karmic and unhealthy, not good, not meant to be in our life will be eclipsed out of our life with these two eclipses so that we could make space for the newness, for something new to start. For Gemini, dear Geminis, this is a beautiful time for you. Very transformative, very, very important indeed as your life is being transformed the whole of 2021. You know, again, I'm going to say because Mercury is retrograding, it does affect Virgo and Gemini. Virgo is also ruled by Mercury. So Virgo, what is Virgo? Virgo is our daily routine, our work, our health, our pets as well. And Virgo, remember, is service, providing a service to the world. It's practical. It's very much about discrimination, looking at the details. Remember the hermit? He sees the light through doing the work, through being outside, well, not outside, being inside or internalizing or doing the higher work, being outside of life and being in solitude, being in quiet, right? Connecting to spirit, connecting to the divine, to see the light, to retrieve the messages that are sent through from spirit. Now, obviously, new moon in Taurus, beautiful. It will be very important for all the fixed signs, Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Leo, okay? So remember that obviously Leo and Aquarius, they're in square to this new moon, so they need to do the work. Even Scorpio, I suppose, well, We've had a full moon in Scorpio recently, if you remember, which was obviously the full moon means a culmination, an ending. An ending. The ending would have been something was ending, obviously, for Scorpio individuals here. And since the moon was in Scorpio, the sun was in Taurus. Obviously, it's affecting both Taurus and Scorpio. So we saw something that was hidden, something that culminated. Everyone has got Scorpio somewhere in their chart. Remember, it's fixed energy. Scorpio is on the fixed cross. So the 4 fixed signs have been going through an ending and a new beginning, especially the 4 fixed signs, right? And remember that fixed energies are not easy. It's harder to have endings. It's harder to have new beginnings. Now we're transiting, moving towards mutable energy, which is the mutable cross. So a lot will be happening in Gemini now as we're getting closer to the end. The sun is at the 21st degree, another 9 days, and we're coming out of the Taurus season. Of course, for Taurus, yes, solar return, beautiful. This is your lucky break, your lucky new moon of the year. And Venus is now, your ruling planet, is in your 2nd house of money, values. So there's a lot of blessings going on here. Okay, now for those of you that don't know that we do a lot of astrology on Patreon, I have got a much more descriptive and deep, depth astrology reading where we go into a lot of details, even with the mythology. So those of you that are interested, you could join us on Patreon. You get a lot more where the astrology is concerned. Now, what's coming up? In a few hours, we've got Uranus sextiling over to Mars. Now, these two, when they're in a difficult connection, can be quite tragic, quite hard, but they're in a sextile. So the celestial help or spiritual help is there. Let's do the work, okay? This is like you get a glimpse of light, or you get a sign, signs and synchronicities. Spirit is talking to you and telling you that this is where you need to move towards. This is where you need to put the energy into. So follow your intuition, everyone. This is very powerful. So this could also mean changes where home is concerned. 4th house matters, values, money, good changes, sudden unexpected changes. Okay, and it means a lot more. We could be talking for a couple of hours here, but let me just tell you, it's a very positive sign. Now, we've also got Mercury trining over to Saturn. As you can see here, very positive. Saturn in Aquarius. Saturn rules Aquarius, so he's very strong here. He's not as heavy as he is in Capricorn. And this is a positive, easygoing, free-flowing energy where we could be having a positive conversation with someone that is in charge. Remember, Saturn, he is the limiting energy, but this is positive, a very positive outlook, very positive conversation and connection to someone who could be in a power position. And this could also be just positive communication concerning the future, which is Aquarius. Remember, the 11th house is groups and associations, wishes and dreams. So this could be a light, that green light, towards a wish fulfillment, to do with anything that is new, anything that you've been working on, looking into, curious about, asking about. You know, you could have written a book and you're wanting it published. You've had limitations, timely limitations or red tape limitations. This could be a very positive thing now, a very positive moment for you. Love it. So it's got to do with new and old, something to do with the future or what is fated. versus something to do with the past, something that was holding you back is now sort of open. It's open for you. Now we've also got the sun sextiling over to Neptune just before Jupiter ingresses into, let's go a bit forward, into Pisces. Let's just say, so we're watching now the sun. The sun is at 21. As you can see, the sun is coming up to the 22nd degree. Okay, we're just moving hourly. So we've got the sun at 22, sextiling over to Neptune. This is beautiful, absolutely. Remember that the sun is our vitality. It's the ego, but it's also, it is very healthy. It is very bright. It's very much to do with the heart, the soul. Remember that the sun is also, it's very masculine. It rules Leo. So the sun is in a position of power. Remember, the sun is the provider of our universe. It provides us our life force, our happiness, our vitamin D. This is a beautiful connection. So connecting over to Neptune, very spiritual, very loving, compassionate connection here, to do with values, to do with spirit. Okay. Also remember that Neptune rules Pisces, so it's very strong in this position. It's a very creative energy as well, as Neptune and the sun are both very creative. Neptune is anything that you've imagined, you may be seeing now, because the sun brings you the clarity. Okay, so it's absolutely beautiful to see. And then Jupiter ingresses in a couple of days. Let's see it happen. Let's go day forward. There we go, 00. Jupiter has ingressed into Pisces. Absolutely gorgeous, very strong spiritual openings here. Remember that Jupiter brings good luck. Jupiter does connect to the truth. It's all about justice. It's all about beliefs. What do you believe? Maybe our beliefs are changing now if we, get to see the signs. Those of us that did not believe will be ready to start changing their view or their own truth. This could also mean spiritual studies for a lot of you. So this is the light. For me, this is us seeing the light, where Neptune, and remember Neptune rules Pisces, and both Jupiter and Neptune are both about spirit. They're very godly. They're the ethers. We've got Jupiter and Zeus and Poseidon here, the god of the seas, with the god of the skies, are joining forces here. We're in Pisces. So Jupiter will bring us the truth where there's been a lack of truth, illusion, deception. And remember, I do see them connecting together because Jupiter brings expansion. This is an awareness of what lies we've been fed. That spirit is still there, and God is still there, and guiding us to, and telling us that it's time to look at both sides of the story here. Do your research. Read up on things. Don't just have everything served to you, all your information, all your truth on a plate. Don't expect the truth to be served to you on a platter. You've got to do your own research. And remember that Mercury is also the children. So there's a lot going on with the schools. What's going on with the schools? What's going on with our communication? What is the truth and what is not? As we're going to see a lot of that coming up in the next couple of months. Get ready, everyone. Get ready for the truth. And a lot of us are going to be in awe. A lot of us are going to be in shock. Unexpected things are going on as Uranus is bringing those shake-ups. Remember, he's connecting with Saturn and with Mars during the whole of the year of 2021. The changes have started already. The breakdown of that tower that was not built on solid ground, whatever that tower is for you. We're expecting another blow to that tower, the second blow to this Eiffel. I don't know why I call it an Eiffel Tower. It's not the Eiffel Tower. It's that ivory tower, which means loneliness, restrictions, having to do business, needing to climb that mountain, trying to get the truth, trying to get through the red tape when there are no people there that are serving us, or whatever's being served to us is not real, if you get what I mean. So that ivory tower is being hit again in the month of June. That's the second blow that it's going to receive. The changes have started already. Mid-year, I feel we're halfway there at the end of the year. That's when that tower is actually going to I believe it will have come down, and we're going to start building from scratch. Humanity, the collective, and in our own personal lives. Okay? All right. I think that I will leave it there. I may have missed something. If I did, I do apologize. But that's what I needed to give to you, to connect to you and provide you with a little bit of information about what's going on astrologically. We know that times are not easy, but I do feel that, as I always say, the light always wins the darkness. A speck of light can light up a whole room. So, love to you all. Miss you all with the astrology. I'd love to hear your comments. And those of you that are on Divine Debut every single day and supporting me through the daily reads as well, thank you so much. I do appreciate you commenting every single day. Even if it's just a love heart, that helps Divine Debut. Much love to all of you. Talk to you soon. Tomorrow.